welcome back to Hoffman Leatherworks. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different for us here on this channel. But I have a lot of different products that I make that use molds, that we wet mold around. So today I'm going to show you how I go about doing the leather case for a buck 110 knife. The mold is made out of two parts wood, so we'll get to that here in a second. But this is just showing. We'll go ahead and cut out two pieces of edge tan. It's 5 to 6 ounce. You see there, I just have some templates that I use whenever I make this case. So go ahead and get those all cut out. We'll go into kind of, a little bit, not a great bunch of detail here about how to make the wooden mold, but I think you'll get the idea. So here we got our two pieces of edge tan. And we'll move on to get into the molding part. Here you see the mold in the upper left hand corner. It's just two pieces. An outline of the knife itself glued down to a piece of wood, and then a second piece that's just a little bit bigger, a couple millimeters bigger than the mold itself, than the tracing of the knife. And this works for so many different items, and this is a very popular item that I make. So I made the mold for it. We'll go ahead and you'll see just how simple this really is to use. So I just grab my water, since this will be a wet molded item. Grab the plastic container of water there that sits on my bench. We'll go ahead and let it soak for a little bit, not long, just get it nice and wet, and you don't have to go too crazy. What I like to do is get it out of the water, let it drain a little bit, and then we'll see how we put it into the mold. Use a paper towel and just kind of dab some of that excess water off there. So we'll go ahead and put it on the bottom piece of the mold, and I just use 2 staples. I get the top tight like you see there, then I just hit it with a staple on each side just to kind of keep it in place. And then take the top piece and slide it over. And as you see, mine actually broke, which is not totally uncommon, I guess. They get used a lot, and so I'll do a quick fix on this. And see, I just put a piece on there and glued it down just to kind of strengthen that top piece. Use my clamps, glued it, and let it sit for about an hour. I don't know, I thought I'd just leave this footage in just to kind of show you that, hey, it happens, and we fix it and move on. Maybe someday I'll redo the whole the whole mold and make it a little better. So we'll go ahead and put that top piece on again. This time we'll clamp it. I just prefer the clamps, and you know, you can get a press and put it in that, but I prefer the clamps with individual molds. And you get a bunch of clamps, you can do a bunch of different projects at once. It's not tying up your press. So and just make sure it's really good and tight, and then I'll leave it sit for, you know, an hour, 2 hours. I've let them sit overnight. If you get busy doing other stuff, I don't, know that it really matters, but I like to give it at least an hour to get it good and molded. And usually need something to kind of pry it apart here, but and you'll see you get a really nice mold of the knife, and in our case here it's a buck 110. So, but you could make this for, like I said, many different projects. I have a bunch of these molds. So what I do to kind of harden that leather is I'll go ahead and throw it in. I got a little toaster oven, put it on its lowest setting, and I'll just let it bake. Again, really depends. Sometimes an hour, sometimes less. I check it about every 20 minutes and make sure we're on track. But that really hardens that leather really nice and gives you a really nice final product. So here you can see I'm taking the leather out of the mold, popping those staples that we put in earlier. Just pull them up and see. Got a really nice piece of molded leather there. And it's going to fit that nice, real snug, real nice. So now I just kind of start to trim up the sides. Just making sure to leave, enough to punch some holes and stuff. I just like to trim it up and kind of get it a little square. It's not perfect, but I go ahead and square it up a little bit and take the second piece of leather that I had cut out. This is what I use for the back. So I'll go ahead and make some marks on there, and we'll go ahead and glue that top piece to the bottom. I outline in this case, the knife or whatever I'm working on so that I can just see where to put the glue. So we'll go ahead and grab the glue and get everything glued up. This is just regular contact cement. I use the DAP brand. I don't see a need to buy the expensive glue. I've never noticed a difference in what it does. It's going to be sewn, also. So just use whatever works for you. This is not, I don't believe, very super critical. So go ahead and let that dry, kind of to the touch, about 5 minutes or so. And go ahead and glue those two pieces together. This again, alignment's not super critical at this point. So I just go ahead and kind of stick it on there. Get everything rubbed down, and then I grab the little wheel here so I can get my stitching holes. Keep tight to the molded piece of leather, and now you got your holes. Or at least indentations to punch your holes, I guess, technically. And at this point, I like to punch the holes before I do the final final trim. You could do your trim before, get it all trimmed up to size, but this is just the way I do it. This is a 1.2 millimeter punch. Kind of what I use for almost everything here, I think. Pretty much. So we'll go ahead and get all these holes punched and move on to the next step. This is a really great product. That Buck 110 knife is a super popular knife, and I'm sure they've sold millions of them. And this is just a case. You could put a belt loop holder on the back if you wanted to, to strap it to your belt. But I sell them as cases, and I just think they're a great little project. Very quick to do, but yet very effective. So now I go and do the final sizing. Make sure everything's straight as possible and tight. This is where I set back on my stitch line. I do it all by eye, but after you do a bunch of these, you can really do it by eye and not have to measure. So we'll go ahead and make sure all that's trimmed up, kind of round our corners over on the bottom. For most stuff, I just use this little Dremel, or I guess a generic Dremel. I got a bunch of them with different sandpapers on them and different edging tools on them, and I feel they were so inexpensive that it just made sense to buy a bunch of them and just keep the different tools on them instead of having to change all the time. So here you see the final product. I got it dyed and stitched, put snaps on it. It's a really great case for this Buck 110. Easy to make. Nice project. Just gotta do a little work on the edges and kind of clean things up a little bit, and we'll have a couple of really nice knife cases. Thanks for watching.